What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the GemCutter Podcast with your boy Hoodwink 415 in the building, still with Stylolive, Freddy in the building, and my boy Young Cutt-E.
Hey.
Round of applause for Young Cutt-E.
What's happening?
Young Cutt-E, first time on the podcast.
Yes, sir.
This is my homie, my brother from another mother, producer, beat maker, musician, rapper extraordinaire. Cutt-E, say hi to everybody, man.
What's happening, man? It's your boy Young Cutt-E, man. Out here representing BQM, you heard? Out here with the homie Hoodwink, man, and Stilo, man. It's the man right here, man. We go way back. Man, when I was just a little mustache, man. My guy see me coming up, man. We over here, man. We getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Cutt-E, we was at Carnival today. How was that? How was you feeling out there?
Hey, man, that was actually, it was dope, man. It was a good turnout, man. We shot a music video before we went to go perform. We was in the Jeep thing. We took the doors off. We was hanging out that motherfucker, man. We had the drone, man. That shit was crazy, bro. There was a lot of people showing love. And you know, it was cool, man. It was a dope vibe, man. And then, like I said, we went to go do the show, and then it was a dope vibe at the show, man. I had my sister and my mom there, man. Shout out to my sister.
I didn't see your sister in the building.
Yeah, she was in the front.
Oh, that's what's up.
That's where I got the tamales from, man. My mom came through. She was like,
"Oh shit,
"Yes, mijo."
Sweet. You had tamales and didn't share with nobody.
Sir,
I didn't have no fucking tamales.
Family, important, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
You know, because sometimes family will be the last people to support.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, so it's a blessing to
shout
to
out
even
moms
be
and
able
sis
to
for
see,
showing up. Yeah,
to see my family right there, you know, supporting us.
yeah,
It's a good feeling.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
for sure, 100%. Yeah, Young Cutt-E, everybody, you know what I'm saying, in the building. Again, like I said, still here with Stylolive.
Yes, sir,
You know what I'm
the
saying,
man.
my boy Freddy. Like I said, your music impeccable, incredible, goes back a long time, along with Michelangelo and BQM. What are you doing all of this music under? Like, what do you?
So I mean, originally, like, I was just, a freelancer, a lone wolf, and decided that I wanted to, like, there was a lot of production that just didn't have an outlet, right? Like,
Yeah.
I worked with a lot of artists that didn't put out a song because maybe, like, it just wasn't cohesive with where they were going sonically, or like they're with the label or whatever the situation. So I'm like, man, I got these dope records, and I don't want them to just sit there and do nothing. So
Right.
I want to, like, formalize some type of label so I could where I can give myself an outlet to showcase my production,
For
and
sure,
that's where
for
I
sure.
formed Suko Sounds, and
Suko
I did
Sounds?
it with Ann. Shout out Ann. She's definitely helped me pave the administrative side of running a business on the music side, like on the executive side as well. We formed an LLC. We got a bank account.
Yeah.
We ended up getting a credit card. We got a tax person, and we just wanted to organize ourselves and be in this game for real. So then we're eligible for grants. We're eligible for, like, real loans, or like, get a JV deal with the major label.
Right.
So what we've been doing now, at first we were just doing it just with a couple of records, and we're like, yeah, it's gonna be cool. Like, we'll just
Yeah.
see what happens.
Being
but-
hopeful.
Yeah, but now it's like we understand where we're going. We understand that not only are we a production label that showcases my music, but we also are a developmental label. So we help artists with developing, their brand identity,
Right.
their sonic spectrum, their
Yep.
their visual spectrum, their color palettes for each particular rollout, their presence online. Like, now again, we're not experts of any of those particular verticals in terms of the
The
services
marketing,
that we
yeah.
do, but we know somebody that can. And
Right.
with the relationships that we've built, we're just like, man, this is a perfect opportunity for us to create like a centralized incubator hub where we can develop acts.
Right.
And again, they're handpicked based on the aesthetic of what we are doing sonically. Most of the time, it's with artists that we're building with, like whether it's a EP or a couple of records that just like, man, we have good chemistry. Let's continue to do it. But Suko Sounds has become that. It's become like a one-stop shop of services that can be provided, like a hub.
Being a producer, producing.
Yeah,
artist.
producing. I mean, like, for me, like, as a producer, I'm not just producing
Music.
I'm helping develop, like, a visual content. So I help find the photographer. I want to know, okay, I'm looking for a vintage a vintage look, so I want film. I want 35 millimeter film, or I want 120 millimeter film, or I want it on a digital camera. Or you know what, like, okay, based on the budget that we have, I need to make sure that I find the right contributor. So I gotta find a right DP or a right gaffer. Someone who's gonna write the screenplay, someone's gonna do the treatment, and I'm behind all of that because I want to make sure that I pivot.
That's a real producer, right?
I pivot everyone's. I want to make sure that I pivot everyone's vision according to how they see it. And sometimes, like, the artist knows where they want to go, they just don't know how to get there.
Right.
And
need a roadmap.
Exactly, and we need to build it.
You're providing some of that roadmap for people.
Yes, and I'm asking very pivotal, like, questions that are that they make you think. You know what I'm saying? They're very engaging questions, and those questions help me understand where the artist is going, and it helps the artist understand what they're saying. And honestly, the way I learned that is by doing it for myself.
Right.
So I worked with the Fame Culture, who does brand development, and they had a whole freaking workbook in terms of what it is, what questions, from what your date of birth is, to the first time you remember playing music, or
really trying to figure them out.
Yeah, like your top 5 artists. What do you like about them? What colors do you see when you hear your music?
Yep.
All these things that I'm like, wow, I understand that having an identity as an artist is the most critical part of someone's brand.
Knowing your lane.
Knowing exactly where you're gonna go with your lane is super pivotal.
Right.
So I'm now figuring that out. Again, it started as a production label for my sound, which it still is, right?
Right.
I feel like that's still the core of the sonic spectrum. But now I can work with different contributors. I can work with Young Cutt-E. I can work with Mike Angel. I can work, with different writers. I can work with different artists, and we're all paving a particular project. And again, as a producer, and I co-direct with people. I don't ever really care about the credit on the end, but I know content-wise how it could be cohesive, because at the end of the day, when we're doing music videos, we're doing music videos.
Right.
So we're creating a visual story to a sonic spectrum.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I know what I like when we're making the music. I know exactly what it is that we want to illustrate visually. And sometimes like, oh, we'll let the director do it. No. We need to work with the director, because again, we're not doing a movie. We're doing a music video.
Right.
We're creating a
visual representation.
Exactly, for the music.
Right. Yeah. Something that complements.
Exactly. It complements the music first.
And the video has to match the vision. It's the vision.
Right. And more importantly, it it doesn't have to be literal, right? Like, things could be very they can have it could be an interpretation, it could be a different look for this particular thing, but as long as it's cohesive, it makes sense.
As long as the message gets across.
Right. Like, there has to be art to it. There has to be contrastal. It has to support the visual. And like, a lot of movies have soundtracks, and you're like, wow, like that, I would have never imagined that song on that particular scene of that movie.
Right.
But it makes sense.
Yeah.
Until somebody visualized it for you.
Exactly. So that's exactly what I want to make sure to do with the projects that I'm involved with on that capacity. Now, again, it all has to come with the artists buying into what we want to provide, right?
Right.
I'm never going to impose myself into any of these situations, but that's where we're going. And I feel like there's a very beautiful thing that's happening right now in the music, or in the industry in general, and that's that everything is crossing. So we have
cross genre.
Not only cross genre, but just cross entertainment. So you have like Bad Bunny acting in a movie, and it's normal.
Right.
You have that motherfucker doing wrestling.
Right.
I mean, all he's trying to tell you is that this motherfucker is an entertainer.
Right.
And music is like his main way of entertaining.
A vessel.
It's exactly. But now he's acting.
Now it's not even his main. It might be movies.
And now he's doing wrestling.
That's what Tupac was on.
Right. So why not find a funnel of being a particular source where you can actually empower the artist? And again, my strongest relationship, my area of expertise is in the music scene and in brand development with artists. So why not figure it out where, there's this artist right now. His name is Nathanael Cano. He's from Mexico. I went to a premiere of one of the shows on HBO Max. It's called Ugly. Basically, it's like his first gig as an actor. And I'm just like, okay, this is beautiful. We can interchange all these talents. And that's what I want my artists to think from the beginning. It's like, we are not just music artists. We're artists. We're entertainers. So again, those are like, that's where I see the entertainment world going. And I want to have a jump start. I feel like I've been blessed because I'm in LA, because I'm in a city of entertainment. I feel like I've been blessed to meet, different contributors from different verticals, from, screenwriters to like directors, to people in film, to people, in movies. And I'm just like, wow, like I literally, like last Thursday, not this Thursday, but the Thursday, was it the 17th? We had a mixture at the studio that I work out of.
Yeah.
And there was a community leader who works for Netflix, and she knows everybody of everybody of everybody. So she invited a bunch of people.
Nice.
And it was such a trip to see people not know what each other did. Like the people in like in movies do one thing, the people in film do another thing, the people in music do another thing.
Yeah,
right.
That's a trip because you mentioned that. I was watching the movie the other day and I let it run until the credits went. I was like, damn, that's a lot of names.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's a lot.
You know what I'm
It's a lot of like people involved. But the beauty, like the crazy shit is that we all pretty much do the same thing in different verticals.
Yeah.
Like, like someone who's out there, trying to pitch freaking, or someone who's looking for the next big screenplay, or the next, the best script or whatever. That's literally an A&R, like in the music industry.
Looking for the next big artist.
Exactly.
Or the next big sound.
Exactly. You got motherfuckers that are trying to sell, projects. That's like someone from the label trying to get someone like a brand deal or something. It all interchanges. So I'm just like, wow, there's such a big opportunity here. And I just love to be a part of it, and I love to be open to it. And for me, like being in LA, I'm learning that it's literally a hub for us to all connect one dot to the next and be able to create a huge network.
Are you branching out to like other countries, or are you just keeping it in LA, or what
well, right now I'm based out of LA, but like throughout the years of my career, I've been able to travel.
Yeah.
Like I've been to like Panama, I've been to Mexico, I've been to Colombia, I've been to Brazil, I've been to Europe, I've been to Spain, France.
And how's that?
Germany. Oh, it's amazing. I mean, like the one thing, but when I learned that my sound isn't regional, is when I was able to travel, because I'm like a sponge. Like I take what I love from everything. Like sometimes when I speak Spanish, motherfuckers are like, damn, like, are you Venezuelan? Are you Colombian? Are you Mexican? Are you Salvadorian?
They all got their own little.
They got their own swag. And I'm just like, why can't I just take this from this particular swag that I like? I like the way this, instead of saying, cipote, I like chamo, right? Chamo's Venezuelan. Why don't I adopt it? Like, dude, like, it's languages that you're all like influenced by, and you make your own. You create your own slang, you create your own rhythm, you create your own flow.
It's communication at the end of the day.
And it's just the way it's doing it.
You could say it a certain way, but if people get it,
Yep.
As long as people get your flow, as long as people understand, okay, this, like if I could talk to a Colombian person and be like, oh shit, I could feel you being Colombian, but I know you're not.
Yeah.
But I could feel you because you're like,
I fucks with it.
Yeah, I know you fuck with my culture. I know you adopt something from my culture.
Yeah.
And I could do the same thing with Salvadorans. I could do the same thing with someone from Ghana. I could do the same thing, even though I don't speak, like like any other any other dialects that they speak over there, but I could still try to relate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that's what I love about traveling. You become a lot more open-minded with culture, with different ways of people living.
It's a whole nother story.
Of people just appreciating, like they appreciate this diamond, like wow, like where we just like, it's whatever, like, you know what I mean? You appreciate other things that people appreciate, and it just opens up your mind and
changes your perspective.
It does.
It just
that's
what's dope about music, bro. It's a universal language, bro. Like,
it really is. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
And that to me is like my calling card to like people. It's just like, yo, like, I speak music. Like, I can go to Cuba and literally pick up a drum and start playing with them, and from there we can have a full conversation about life
Right.
because we share that moment of art together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can go to Spain, grab a guitar, jam out with someone on a guitar,
Right.
and do
you
the,
feel like that's your folks right there.
and you
Right.
feel connected to them.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like the beauty about music is, well, the beauty about traveling is through music is that you can connect
That shit goes hand
and
in
you can
hand.
connect and I feel like that's why I love doing it, man.
It's
Like,
a universal language, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
it really is.
Every culture's got music. Everybody plays music. Everybody loves music. Whether
Especially when you go somewhere when you're a stranger.
yeah, man, dude.
People be like, you know what?
I was in Israel and I listened to this one cat that was literally like singing like reggaeton style music in Hebrew.
Oh shit.
And I was like, what the heck is this?
Right.
But I connected to it.
Yeah.
And
you understood it.
ironically enough, that same guy ends up getting signed to the label that I work for now.
Wow.
And
See,
I tell him
that's that A&R.
and I tell them that
hearing you.
story, and I told the owner, I told the artist that story, and they're like, "Wow, that's crazy. That was back in 2020." And again, like when you know something, but the only reason that you know something is because
Feel
you're
that.
tapped in.
Yeah.
You ask the right questions. Like I can connect to people here is because I ask the right questions.
Right.
I take what I need to take from it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what you do with music.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I hear Jersey and I'm like, oh shit, I could hear this. If I hear drum and bass, I could hear Ice Spice, and I'm like,
Right.
bruh, she's gonna be fucking big. I fucking called it to a T. You know what I'm saying? And and freaking Pink Panther is the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm just like the fact that.
You got to get the experience out of every situation.
But the only way you get the experience again is through traveling,
Yeah.
traveling, and then asking the right questions. It's like literally being open to a different world and absorbing what it is from different cultures. When I went to Spain, I listened to techno music, and I'm like, wait a minute. These people are dancing to this shit.
Yeah.
Where motherfuckers in California or like in USA, they laugh at this shit.
Right.
And 4 or 5 years later, this shit's like one of the biggest genres in the house scene.
Yeah.
So just shit like that to me is the beauty about traveling. Is literally opening up your eyes,
Yeah.
and obviously grinding your ears as well.
Yep, yep. Yeah, that shit's
it's
amazing,
a big world
man.
out there, man.
Yeah.
We're just in this little right here. We're in the
Oh,
bay, bro.
if
We're
there's
just
in this little
one thing-
corner.
if there's
right
one
now.
thing,
Right now, the game's hella vulnerable
Of
for
course.
anybody to take over. Right now, it's vulnerable because everybody sounds the same right now.
yeah, but
So it's hella vulnerable. You can come in and come with a different sound right now.
and
Yeah.
and you have like like now the Latino movement, like the reggaeton has been in the forefront for the Latino movement since
Dembow, what was it talking about?
2015, right? So since 2015, it's been in the game, it's been the forefront, and now you see this whole new like emergence of Mexican regional music.
Yeah.
But why? It's because music evolves and
Right.
people want to consume
Yeah.
new things.
And history repeats itself.
Yeah, like
Facts.
and people want expansion.
Mm-hmm.
So now I see the opportunity with what regional music is doing. Regional music is regional. Regional music is country music
Right.
from like it's Mexican country music is
Yeah.
what that is. That's what exactly it is. And country music in the U.S. has been the top charting music for years.
Right.
Sure.
And now you have
Statistically
Mexican
speaking.
music being that country music for the Latin people. The thing is that Latin music is really Spanish music. And how many motherfuckers, how many
Mixed with a
countries,
little African,
how many
mixed with a little
countries
bit of
speak
everything.
Spanish?
Yeah.
Hella countries speak
Right,
Spanish.
right.
So, it's like,
You're appealing to so much
Exactly,
bigger
it's a-
of a demographic than just your
Exactly.
little region or your little
exactly.
niche.
And Mexico happens to be the biggest consumer of music. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Where?
Mexico, like they consume like on the DSP side.
Shout out to
Right.
Mexico.
They consume
hey.
the most. So for the longest
most
time, they were
internet
supporting Puerto Rican artists and they were supporting American artists. But now they're like, oh shit, you know what? We can actually take this to the top.
Right.
And everyone now understands and wants to buy into our culture. So again, shout out to the Mexican movement that's going on right now.
100%.
But I feel like it's just the beginning.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Afro scene is about to explode even more. Like now
Yeah.
it's a staple,
Yeah.
but it hasn't exploded like the Latin scene has.
Right.
And all this is telling me is that everything is going in phases. The internet age has allowed us to all blend and to all literally study each other's cultures.
Right.
So who is going to take advantage of having those opportunities and those avenues to be able to create their own thing. It's like when you go to a nice ass restaurant that does fusion music, fusion food, you're like, oh shit, yeah, this makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like that is music. You know what I mean? And that's what we have to do as creatives, is find that blend of what it is that's you in every culture and make it your own.
Build up your spice rack.
Yeah,
exactly.
I definitely
build
dig
up
the
that
vision.
spice rack.
Exactly.
I definitely dig the vision. Like, so, what is it? Suko sounds?
Yes, sir.
How did you get that name? Suko. What is that?
Suko means juice. Like it means juice in Italian. So just like we had
That's what's up.
we had done like a party like in LA, and I was just looking for a cool name, and I was like Suko is cool, man. Suko, and it was like Suko. It's that juice, right? Like, and like I feel like we got that juice, you know what I mean? Like, and it's that juicy sound. So I try to keep it like Italian just because I didn't want it to be Spanish, I didn't want it to be English, but more than anything, I just thought it sounded cool.
Yeah, for sure.
That's really what it was.
Yeah, I was curious about that.
For sure. Yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, so with Suko Sound down in LA, that's where the lab is, right? You got a studio down there?
Yeah, we're also based out of here because my label partner is based out of here as well. So
Nice.
we
Who's
got
your label partner?
Ann.
Ann?
Yeah.
A female?
Yeah, she's a female. She's
Okay.
a boss.
Shout out to the female.
And again, man, like the one thing I'll tell every creative is take time to educate yourself on how to
The business
best
side.
represent yourself, understand what it is, understand publishing, understand writing rights. If you can get a lawyer, all those things. Like you have to prepare yourself to get yourself ready for the battlefield.
Yep.
Because if you try to take this as a hobby, if you try to take this as like, oh, it's just whatever, then it'll always just be whatever.
Yep.
And for me, like I haven't made any positive money on my label yet, but I know the minute I am, I'll be prepped for everything else.
Because you ain't got to get ready.
Exactly, because I invested in myself, I invested in my foundation.
100.
So now I understand how to run a label more. Like, and I've been blessed to work at Saban Music, which is where I'm at now. And I learned about literally doing like label sheets, split sheets, how to manage assets.
How long have you been doing this?
I'm doing what?
Producing music in music. How long have you been pursuing it?
I would say since 2005 I've been doing it. So it's like 18 years.
Yeah.
And again, like
so you speak from experience.
Well, I think that I didn't really get experience until I went to LA.
You're still learning.
Yeah, I'm still learning. I'm like
I mean,
I'm in no way that like the person that has the proper knowledge yet, but I'm on my way there, and I'm a student of the game.
Coming from somebody that's been at the Land Grammys, man, I think it's working.
But again, it's all everything's in phases. So we're like getting ready for the next phase, and it's not good. Like for me, it's not good enough just to be there. I don't want to be complacent with nothing. Like being nominated for a Grammy is cool, but that happened a few years ago. What's next?
Yeah.
Like I want my next championship. I want my next prize. I want my next accomplishment.
That's the mentality. You can't sit here and rest on your laurels.
That's a hunter in you.
Yes.
This music shit's like being a hunter. Right?
Yeah,
you out there hunting.
Yeah, you can't really,
catch, you know what I mean?
hang your hat on the things that have happened in the past. You got to look forward to the future. You know what I'm saying? That's how you keep your boat rocking.
Yep. And like I have a couple of projects coming up. Like I have a project with Mocha, who we've been working with. Mike Angelo.
Mike
Angelo's.
Nice.
Yeah. She's a great artist that's based out of LA now, but she's originally from the Bay. Okay. And we've been working for a while now. I have a record with Mike Angelo as well that's coming out real soon. We're dropping a double-sided EP. So I don't know if you guys remember, but in the 80s and 90s, it was very common to drop a single with the A and B sides because you had the vinyl or the cassette. So we're gonna take it back and do something like that. Just to give people a story to talk about, talk about our culture in the past and the way the music was done before. And it's just cool. We just want to do something different. We have plenty of music.
That's gonna be a vinyl or?
Well, it'll be like a double-sided release. Like we're calling it a double A release.
Yeah.
Like we're doing it through the DSPs.
Right.
But we don't know. Maybe we'll do like a cassette print,
as
a collectible or a vinyl.
And mastering through cassette, like that type of shit has a different feel.
Yeah. And they even said that tape is actually like the best way to listen
It's
to
because
music.
it collects the energy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It collects the energy of the room.
Yeah. I mean, through like the magnets
You know
and all
what I'm
that stuff.
saying? It's
Yeah,
science.
yeah.
It's really science.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Producers
yeah.
are really scientists.
Yeah, and then on
For real.
June 2nd, which is next Friday, I have my instrumental project, which is
there
called
you go.
Son por Ti.
Nice.
It's actually
Shit,
the
I'll be
debut
looking
single
forward
for an EP that I got called Retrograde, which is basically just regrounding my production as an instrumentalist, and I'm just taking everybody back to my roots, and that's why I'm calling it Retrograde. But there's like a story that unfolds through it, and I'm excited to share with everybody.
Nice.
dope,
Yeah.
man.
That'll be
Hey,
interesting to
hey,
listen to,
it's-
bro.
You could drop an instrumental album and still be an artist. Like,
Yeah,
as,
of
like, you
course.
know what I'm saying?
100%.
Back in the days, maybe not. But nowadays, you're able to upload
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like me
Yeah.
and Mike working on the instrumental album
Yeah.
for the Smokers with Don Pepe. Shout out Don
Yeah.
Pepe.
That's
But,
amazing.
Yep.
but yeah, bro.
No,
Like,
it's
instrumental
good.
albums
Shout out
is
Pepe.
really do
Yep.
numbers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to hear the words. They
Lo
just wanna hear the
fi
beats.
is a big
Yeah.
genre, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
People
So it
slapping
has
beats.
a lo-fi vibe, but
Nice.
it's not quite. you know.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be really interesting to listen to. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward
it's,
to
it's
that.
coming. So both of them are coming. You know, it's Suko Sounds, but we have a distribution deal with 1RPM, so it's coming out through 1RPM. But yeah,
Nice.
that's
Yeah,
what we
hey
got
man,
coming out.
display that image, display that film, man. Get it,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
what this music is, man. It's
For sure.
portraying that picture.
For sure,
Yeah.
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I said, that's dope as fuck. We're all gonna check that out. Tell everybody where you can check that out at.
Yeah,
your
just
socials.
just go ahead and add me at Stylolive, STYLOLIVE, and you can check me out on Spotify, Apple Music. YouTube.
You open to doing features or working with people. People tap out and reach you, or it's
Yeah, I mean, you know, everything, you know, if it makes sense, you know, sonically, I'm open to it, man. I'm a very easy person. I'm a very easy person to work with
yeah.
within the means, you know.
The ticket
But,
costs.
but you know, I don't look at it like a cause. I think it's an investment of all of our times, and
100.
and then that investment has you know, it has a reward.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah.
My homie Cutt-E in the building. Cutt-E, tell everybody where
Hey
you can.
man, Young Cutt-E, BQM, YUNGCUTTE, BQM, man. You know, that's where I'm at, man. Everywhere.
On Instagram, Cutt-E got beats for sale all day, every day.
Mad beats,
day,
baby.
man,
And if you want to come freestyle rap battle him, you sign up.
Hey,
you hit him
man.
on IG, and
You
he'll
better
take
come
all
prepared, my boy.
all opposition coming.
I does it, man. You know, I'm a producer and I'm a freaking rapper. I'm a real rapper, bro. I'm talking about
Got skulls in his hair, rapper.
that
that type, that part,
Bars on bars, baby.
You know what I'm
that
saying?
part. So yeah, once again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Just
hey.
want to give Freddy Stylolive another big shout out. Thank you for coming, bro. Blessing
Thank
the
you, bro.
podcast.
Man, right
My
here,
boy Young Cutt-E for dropping through on the GemCutter
You know what I'm
Podcast.
saying? We dropping
Tune in next
gems over
time.
here.
We'll catch you later.
Let's get it.